So I'm going to tell you a little bit about some of the festivals that there's in the world. You could check Web Series World Cup to find out more, and with the dates of the event and everything. This Web Series World Cup, what they do is they do like a selection of the festivals that are worth going to, and then there's also with the voting of all the festivals, they sum up, and there's like a ranking for the best web series in the world. So it's a fun thing that many festivals like ours, for example, participate. Right? I was telling about the Puglia. Bilbao Series Land, I'll also tell you about it later a little bit more, but this year was our 8th edition. We're really happy. We could never have dreamt about having 8 editions already. And we've seen a big change in web series so far, really. Then we got Bogota Web Fest. Buenos Aires is, I'm not sure if it's going to come back because it had a lot of problems with all this health crisis. And in the northern countries, the closest to you probably is Copenhagen Web Fest in Denmark. Then we also have DC Web Fest in Washington, DC. It was one of the first ones in the US. It's about 9 or 10 years old already. Di Seriale, very recommended for us. Di Seriale is a really nice festival. It's not a huge festival, but it has a lot of content to get to know web series in a big screen in a cinema, and also a lot of educational things. So it's one of the festivals worth going to, I think. There's Medellin in Colombia also. There's the Marseille Web Fest. This for me also a very special festival. It was the first European festival for web series. So that is one of the events that is definitely on the calendar for web series. Since the beginning, it was like a very professional event and very, very well organized. I hope I can go soon because Marseille and Bilbao are almost on the same date. So for us, it's always so complicated to attend. And then we have Melbourne Web Fest. It's been running also one of the first festivals that were founded, like maybe the 4th one in the world. It's happening in Melbourne, Australia, and it's a really, really nice event. Also, Miami Web Fest. This is funny to mention because I'm actually right now at Miami because Miami Web Fest is starting today. So I'm a nomad, working nomad, and it has changed dates, and it's a really nice festival as well, and a really nice city when there's no hurricanes. It's an amazing city. Minnesota Web Fest, also very special festival with a lot of content, a lot of educational content with panels, and very recommended. Also, you can follow Miami and Minnesota. You can follow all the screenings online. So you could actually follow the screenings for Miami, and you can see some of the latest shows. Minnesota is now partnering with another festival that is really, really big in the US, and they've I think, helped a lot for the production or distribution of the content. Also, the founder of Minnesota Web Fest has a platform called Sika TV, and that is a really good place also to look for web series. We also have New Jersey Web Fest. This festival accepts many, many, many shows, so it's a big event. Sometimes, like the content is not so filtered, so you can find like high-end quality, but also like a very, very amateur side also. New Zealand Web Fest is also happening in Auckland, New Zealand, a very nice event. And Ozark Mountain Fest is a very, very small festival in the US. Rio Web Fest is also a very old festival, really nice festival. It has a very, very wide Latin American content and of course Brazilian content. I would say it's the biggest in Latin America, or maybe almost in America right now. It's a big festival and it's a nice one too. Roma Web Fest it was also one of these 4 or 5 first early festivals. Now it's called Digital Media Fest, but it's still happening in Rome and the same director and everything. Soul Web Fest, which this one, you know, Aiste, the organizer also does an online festival. So he has the Seoul Web Fest, but also the Asia Web Awards. You can find both of them. Most of these festivals, I would say all of them are on Film Freeway. This is an amazing website to find all of this. And then in Lima, there's the Series Web Awards. I think it's changed its name. I don't know what the name will be for this next year. Sicily Web Fest is a small but very cute festival because it takes place on an island. Starable Fest, I wouldn't recommend that much because I've heard not so nice things about them. I didn't attend in person. Then we have the Toronto Web Fest and the Valencia Cinema Llobet. And these ones only accept like 10 web series, so it's really hard, but it's free. So of course it's worth submitting to.